The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
This Social Security measure gives at least some protection
for anybody to hand this out. We're asking for a chance to have the people who will receive the benefit to earn their way. The same principle established under the Social Security system in this area.
It is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights.
I know we can come together to face down the challenges of our own time.
Hi, this is Ken Gage, and this is Us Democrats. David Tanzer is not here today, and I am the co-host. We're going to introduce you to several people, and one can't stop laughing, and she's really interesting from Ward 3. Mary Ellen MacKay, how are you?
I'm fine,
well,
thank you, sir.
Show your sign. You got to show your sign out there, okay?
Here I am, Ward 3.
Okay, now they can see you. Okay, put the sign down, all right? And
yes,
also, you're from Ward 3, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Esther Booras, representative from Ward 6, and I am also from Ward 6, and we are running together, and we have been there. You've been there 2 terms?
Correct.
Heading for your 3rd, and I've been there long enough. But I do want to introduce you to someone who couldn't make it today. His name is MacKay. He is also running a candidate, and he's running in our ward, Ward 6. He works at the library. He is the librarian union person. Also, he has pictures here of with Jean Shaheen and Bernie Sanders. Nice person, I'm telling you, from Ward 6. It doesn't make any difference if you're a Republican or a Democrat. There's just really 3 good people running in Ward 6. Mary Ellen?
Yes, sir.
And how are you?
I think I'm fine.
Ward 3.
And there's 3 good people running in Ward 3, too.
And where is Ward 3?
Ward 3 is North End Nashua by Greeley Park, by Janot's, by Holman Stadium, French Hill.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's a very diverse, diverse area.
Yes, it's very diverse. It's enjoyable. It's got quiet tree-lined streets, and you're 5 minutes from downtown. It's just a really nice area.
How long have you lived there?
I have lived in my present location 30 years.
30 years. Just had a birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it happens.
Great, great. And you've always been a Democrat, I take it?
I've always been a Democrat. I've been in Nashua for 33 years. I really enjoy the community, originally from New Jersey.
Family here?
No. I was transferred and promoted up here through my job, which long ago.
You may mention your job. What is your job?
My job now, currently, I work for the Moore Center. It's the largest area agency in the state, and we work with individuals with developmental disabilities and traumatic brain injury.
Wow. Important work. Why did you get into politics? Why? What's the reason?
Well,
besides not being all there, because it's a volunteer government. Yeah.
I was asked, I thought about it, I had a conversation with a few people, and I said, I think I want to do this. I wanted to be able to be the voice of
your area.
Yeah, my area. I wanted to do something to give back. And this is one of my ways of giving back. I'm on the zoning board, historic district, and the housing authority for the city. And I really enjoy that public service. I find I really like politics. It's interesting. It's meeting people where they live. It's not a party. It's a person. It's just interesting.
Listen to all the things you do. All the work you do for the city, you know, historical society. This is the type of candidate that Nashua is very lucky to have you in Ward 3. Who else is Democrats that are in Ward 3?
In Ward 3, we have Cindy Rosenwald, who is a long-term
Yes.
rep, and Patricia Klee, she's a brand new
She's brand
candidate.
new. Yeah. Cindy Rosenwald, for anyone who does not know, she has been there a while, and she undoubtedly, from both sides, she's probably one of the most intelligent people you are ever going to find. She must have an IQ of about 200. Everyone, both Republicans and Democrats. So you're in good company.
It was Cindy who recruited me.
It was?
Yes.
Oh. All right, let's move over to Ward 6. My partner, I was going to say in crime, but we haven't done anything illegal.
Yet.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I've had to put up with this for the show. Not only are you going to get good candidates, they're funny. All right, Esther, how are you? Esther Booras, Ward 6 representative. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for hosting the show today. I'd like to show my sign, as we're instructed to do. Stathia Booras, Ward 6, Nashua. I'm running for my 3rd term.
And what committee are you in?
The current committee, I'm in State, Federal, and Veterans Affairs.
Jeez, my God. All right, and your profession?
My profession, I'm CEO of Alpha Mortgage and Financial Services. I started my company in 1999 in the heart of downtown Nashua.
Wow. Why?
Why? Because I like helping people. I put circles and squares. I assist borrowers who are unable to find financing to purchase their home or refinance. I enjoy working with our veterans, with our seniors, and in general, I like helping people.
All right, and I am Ken Gidgen. I'm also from Ward 6, and I'm going for my 5th term, which will be a decade if I win and finish. I'm in Commerce Committee, which is banking and insurance, and you can only imagine when I got there all the problems taking place with the banks, such as we bail them out and they would not lend money. Now, Commerce is banking and insurance. You can only imagine what Commerce is going through with the insurance. Also, we're consumer affairs, which can be liquor, etc. Very diverse. I'm the only one from Nashua in it, and it takes literally at least 3 terms to understand all the laws and all the rules. I'm also a professional artist, and I'm also the chair of the committee studying the economic impact of the arts and culture in the state of New Hampshire, and I've been on a lot of bills and have worked. Also, everybody realizes sitting in this room that we make $100 a year.
Exactly.
Are voters, are they getting their money's worth?
They sure are.
Absolutely.
Now, you, I was just throwing it out to you, you got an award recently.
Yes, I got the Humane Legislator of the Year award. I represented the Humane Society of the United States with certain bills as an advocate for animals, which is a passion of mine.
Well, how can someone not, vote for, it really amazes me having, meeting Mary Ellen for the first time, not for the first time, but finding out all the things that she has done, more than qualified to do the job. So diverse that if you got in the right committee, you would be really good for Nashua. And with Cindy Rosenwald in your ward and listening to Cindy, you can be very important to the city of Nashua. You're more than educated to do this job, but it's $100 a year to volunteer. And yourself, Esther, winning this award for helping the animals, the small little animals in this world, and that's amazing. This is just, and you make $100 a year. I'm a professional artist. I only make $100 a year. We are the only volunteer government here in the United States. 400, with the 4th largest governing body in the English-speaking world. We may be 3, I'm not sure. So you do obviously have the time to do this job. Has Cindy told you exactly what it's going to take for time?
Well, I'm a former legislator also.
I didn't know that.
I was a state rep I was elected in 2012, and I was on Health and Human Services, and I clerked the Health and Human Services Oversight Committee. So
Oh, you're more than, well, super qualified.
I
I'm surprised you didn't mention that at the very beginning.
I guess I didn't stop and think, you know, I mean, it's something I did, something I'm very proud of, and something I'd like to go back to. It's just like the field of disabilities. I sit on the Governor's Commission on Disability, but in my field, in the nonprofit world, I was just appointed as one of the governors to the National Association of Nonprofit Organizations and Executives for the country. And so I'm pretty honored, but 20 years in the field in disabilities and being an advocate for families and individuals, understanding that every person should be treated with respect and dignity and full rights of citizenship. And so I just want to carry that message forward again. It's something I enjoy, Ken.
Well, it's, you know, we are Democrats, and of course there are Republicans, but I don't think there is a Republican in your ward that is running that has more qualifications than yourself.
Thank you.
I mean, national work. I mean, I feel like I'm the, you know, the weak link of the three of us sitting here. I asked you why you got into politics. How has it helped you, or how has it hurt you, time-wise, financial? But what are the rewards?
Of helping, of making a difference, to be the voice for the voiceless, to listen to my constituents, what they need, what they want, what we can do to make it better. That's very rewarding to me. And I have put, you know, extra time in the State House versus my company, but I enjoy it. I really do. And I work hand in hand.
I don't think people, this is a show with one candidate who had been a representative going back more than qualified. Yourself, completely qualified. I feel like of the three, I'm the weak one.
Not at all, Ken. You are very qualified, and we thank you and need you at the State House.
I was leading up to something, and thank you very much, by the way.
You're welcome.
What I was leading up to was this. Look, you have a volunteer government here in the state of New Hampshire. We get $100 a year. That's it. No more than $100 a year. You have seen and heard the three of us. We are absolutely more than qualified. But I want to make a point. This year, for some reason, it's an election year, the people of Nashua hasn't backed us, meaning from letting us put signs on lawns, they have said no, or giving us a few dollars for our campaigns. Of all the years, this is the year, for some reason, I don't understand. It may be because of the national stuff that is going on, but remember, you can vote nationally, but this is where it counts, right here. So if you haven't, call someone and say, I'll put a sign on my lawn, or here's $10 for a campaign contribution. Because so much is going on. And I think the representatives, and I'm not the only one who complains about this, I think the representatives do not only get enough credit, because stuff comes from the Senate. Many times I help rewrite it, pass it to 400, it goes back into the Senate. People don't understand how important we are. Elaborate, both of you.
I feel exactly the same way, Ken. Exactly the same way. They don't realize the importance of their legislator. They just don't. And I really hope they get out and they do vote, and vote for us, because we have a lot of work that needs to be done at the State House, and we're here and willing to do it.
And you know, yes, go out and vote, but if you can't go out and vote, and since this is a legislature that is volunteer, it means volunteer. That doesn't mean because you live in the state of New Hampshire, you can't do anything. So when I mention helping financially, or letting us put a sign on your lawn, that's how you pay for us. Because if you don't do that, you're going to lose people like Esther, representative. You're going to lose Mary Ellen, who is far more qualified. And again, me, the weak link, Ken Gitch. Have you, let's go nationally a little, because for some reason it seems to be hitting us. How has this, the national campaign, I know it's affected signs, more signs are being thrown around. How is it nationally between Trump and Hillary Clinton? How has this affected you in any way? Have you gone to doors and people are...
I have, and mostly you'll hear people talk about disillusionment or the most unusual election they've ever been a part of, and they also will say it's not the party of John Kennedy, it's not the party of Ronald Reagan. It's very different. It's a very different land. And people are watching the debate. A lot of people, when I knock the door the next day, just about everyone's, did you see last night? And I didn't ask them, they asked me. And so I said, of course. But it is having an effect, an absolute effect. People want family values back. They want good old New Hampshire family values. And if I have heard it once, I've heard it a lot of times throughout Ward 3. Ward 3 has been, a lot of people have been very gracious with signs. I have a lot of signs on a lot of yards, and I'm appreciative, very appreciative of that. It's a respectful thing to do, and that's how we get noticed. That's how people become familiar. But what we're also saying is vote from the bottom up. Vote your ballot all the way through. If you vote bottom up, you will vote for the state representatives, the county officers. What people don't understand is that the local representatives have more input into what's going to happen into your tax dollars, into your lifestyle, than national. Because we're here, we're at home, we're your neighbors. And most people don't understand or don't know. And so if they go all the way down, vote your ticket all the way through. It's important.
Esther?
You covered it. You covered it all. The only other thing I can add to that is that you can vote for 3 representatives in Ward 6, and I'm sure that's still in your ward as well. So please vote for more than one of us on it.
Well, I don't think I've shown my little card here. Where is it? Okay, this is my little card, and on the back it simply says exactly that. In Ward 6 and in Ward 3, there are 3 votes. You can vote for. You have 3 votes. You can vote for 3 state representatives. Some people vote for a Republican, and then 2 Democrats or whatever. And I do have Republicans who vote for me, but they also vote for a Republican. So it's really interesting that, and really important that people realize that, because they think they can only vote for one.
Exactly, and there's a lot of blanks coming through, and that's a wasted vote.
So if you're a Democrat and you appreciate Esther, myself, and Mr. King coming up, please, in the way the ballot is set up this year, it really, you almost have to triangulate to find us. And it's interesting that when you take a look at the ballot, the Republican, when it says state representatives, is right there. And you have to go all the way across to find us.
To the right.
But that's just the way it is. I mean, nobody did that.
That's Ward 6. On Ward 3, on the ballot, the Democrats are in the left. We're right. We're the first column.
Ah.
So each ward is different.
Yes.
And what people should understand is that Nashua has 27 representatives. Each ward, all 9 wards, have 3 representatives. And so each and every citizen can vote for 3. You only get to vote for one for president, one for governor, one for sheriff, or the county attorney or treasurer, but you can vote for 3 state representatives.
You know, I've heard, I have, you know, been saying the same thing for years, and I don't think people get it because if you don't vote for Esther or myself or one of us and don't vote for the other, or in your case where you are, you know, Cindy Rosenwald, yourself, the other candidate, you lose.
Yes.
We must, it's not just going to vote, it's being smart about voting. And I'm sorry, I don't have a ballot to show people. So it's not just going and vote, and I think we talked about the signs and to help us, but you have 3 votes. So please, out there, use your 3 votes, because listening to yourself, Mary Ellen MacKay, who was a state representative, which I didn't know, I apologize, and you didn't bring up, and all the things that you were doing, and you're on a national, recognized nationally, and we have Booras sitting over here who has won an award, Legislature of the Year from
Humane Society of the United States.
Here in Nashua, is this correct?
Correct, and I'm also involved in politics internationally. I'm in a big association overseas in Greece, which I'm trying to help there too, the financial crisis. And I mean, I do have recognition both here in the United States, I mean here in Nashua and in Europe.
Well, I'll tell you something that's really interesting. I was sitting in the Commerce Committee with a gentleman sitting right next to me, a Republican, and he said, I went to your website and I saw your art and I really liked it. And he said, while I was at West Point, I was in a choral group. And then he had gone on the Ed Sullivan Show, which were national shows many years ago, and named that tune. And so we got talking, and I said, you know, New Hampshire is really hard to sell art in. I said, you know, everybody thinks because they can't sell art that they're lousy. So we put together a bill to find out what was the economic impact of the arts and culture in the state of New Hampshire. Now, that sounds kind of artsy in a sense, but we wanted to know money. What's happening? What we found out as soon as we got there was that we're 48th in the United States for giving money statewide for funding for the arts. 48th? Hold on a second. How could this be? So asking questions, I found out, I said, well, how much does the state of New Hampshire make? Or how much do we lose when you give money to the arts? They never did the numbers. We forced them to do the numbers, and it's over $10 for every dollar. Do you know what that means? I don't think people understand. We found this out. They got less than $300,000 last year. If they got $700,000, there was matching funds. That's 1.4 times 10 that we had found out. That's $14 million for $700,000. Now that, all of a sudden, this artsy type things, we find that they didn't do something that they should have done. Now they're going into, they have never gone in and said, we need money, but this is how much money we make. So these are the things that take place in the state of New Hampshire. And by the way, we have our last meeting, or next to our last meeting, this Monday. So I've been working all summer on this. And Esther, have you worked on any?
Yes, it's nonstop. It's not just a part-time position. You're ongoing doing something. We need to be the voice for our constituents, and we need to bring our state forward.
Well, you're always working.
Yeah.
You're always working.
But that's what you sign up for. And if you didn't have a passion, if you didn't feel it down deep inside of you and really want to do it, you wouldn't be signing up, because you have to have that desire. It's a burning desire.
Okay, burning desire. What's your desire?
To help people. Whatever I can do to be out there, again, to be their voice. And to be their voice, to be in the State House is where I make a difference.
And people call you?
They call me, they can email me, they text me any concerns, and I just love helping people.
Well, as I said, I'm in commerce, and I take things very personal. You have a burning desire. I take it personal. When one of our parties made it illegal to form an insurance exchange, which meant Obama money coming into the state, an insurance company stepped in and said, we'll do it. But what they did is they eliminated 10 hospitals. One of them was in Nashua. So I spent a whole year fighting. Of course, you don't get a pat on the back for this, but we got a lot of the hospital back. A lot of people got their doctors back, which is really important. I want you to hold up your sign. We've got 2 minutes. Hold up your sign. Okay? All right. Mary Ellen, Ward 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Put it down.
Yes. Okay. Esther, Ward 6.
Epstathia Booras, Ward 6.
Okay, and I'm Ken Gidge with the round sign, and I had them round for the simple reason, yours will blow over. You know, mine's like the lighthouse of signs. Well, we have about a minute and a half left. Anything you would like to say to the people out there that politically, what you feel? Anything that they should know that we haven't talked about?
Vote. It's important to vote. Don't waste your vote. It's an honor and a privilege, and take that honor and that privilege.
You brought up something that's really important. Bernie Sanders had an enormous amount of people, and there's 3 parties. So a lot of the people are saying, I can't vote for Hillary, I can't vote for Trump, I'm going to vote for the third party. You vote for the third party, you're voting for Trump.
Absolutely.
Pure and simple.
Exactly.
So if you want to vote for Trump, you vote for the third party yourself.
You guys have really just covered it. Just go out and vote. Don't be discouraged by the debates. Follow your heart and go and vote. We all need your vote.
And how can they get in touch with you? 30 seconds.
MJ MacKay at Comcast.net or 577-8932.
Esther.
595-7699, eboris@gmail.com.
And they can get me, you can go to my website, which is Gidge World, that's an art website, or kgidge@gmail.com. Well, we have 10 seconds left. I want to thank you for watching, and remember, public access, you hear and you get a lot, no advertisements. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This Social Security measure gives at least some protection
For anybody to hand this out, we're asking for a chance to have the people who will receive the benefit to earn their way. The same principle established under the Social Security system in the 30s.
It is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights.
I know we can come together to face down the challenges of our own time.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.